just think Zubimendi makes everyone play better. He scans, he defends well. I don't think there's anything he can't do. I'm not here to say he's the bee's knees and the best thing since sliced bread, but Zubimendinho's cold in that fucking volley, bloody. He told him to strike it like that. He even tried it again. Obviously, that one didn't bang. The second one didn't bang, but I like it. And even that, like, when we was 1 goal up, I was like, all right, I'm happy. Like, I'm happy, but like, in terms of wanting to be better, I'm put myself in Nottingham Forest's shoes, and they might have sat there and was like, all right, you know what? Both teams, there's not too much in it. It's taking a superb goal of the season contender from Zubimendi to bag. We might get in this. There were times, I think Morgan Gibbs-White didn't have his best games, but I say there was a moment in the, or a period is the better way. In the first half, I thought, oh, you know, is it Elliot Anderson? Bit like Madueke, bullish after making England debuts, trying to get onto the ball, and he sure is firm in the tackles. We did our thing though, man. We have the Saliba replacement. Hey, tranquillo, man. It's going to be hard to drop Noni if he carries on. That's what you want. Unfortunately, injuries are a necessary evil, innit? Once you get your opportunity, take it. Because I don't really care if it's Calafiori, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Hincapie. I'm cool with everything. I love Madueke. Keep doing what you're doing. We'll support you. But I love Saka more. I want to see Saka. But at the end of the day, whether it's because of injuries, team dynamics, the manager might want to try a thing. If you're in that squad, lock it down. Make it difficult for Mikel Arteta to take you out that side. Competition for places, it raises everybody. And we're getting into that period now where it's cliche and we're 4 weeks in, but the season's serious now. Champions League's here. You blink and we got to go play Port Vale. The Premier League is relentless. We got 3 games, including 9-10 days. We're going to need to be cute and clever and utilize the whole squad. Unfortunately, I don't want to put a dampener on tonight, but, you know, we're 4 games into the season and, you know, Odegaard, we don't know what's going on there. And I didn't want to be saying this about Odegaard because, you know, he's cut his hair. He's had a good little international break. You want him to kind of play himself into form. But, you know, Odegaard, Havertz, White's back now, but we need to be a bit cute and clever. Saka, Saliba. And to be honest with you, I always say this for all clubs. You actually don't know, like, I'm exaggerating. But Zubimendi balled out today. You don't know if he's carrying an injury. You know, he played okay against Man United, but he carried a knock. Arteta said it after the United game. You don't know who's got what. Unfortunately, injuries can strike at any moment, but that's what you want. DG, not gonna lie, left-hand side is Eze, in my opinion. Forget Trossard and Martinelli. Yeah, I don't think Eze. I think Eze can make it his own. I do think there's gonna be a bit of cleverness that we're gonna have to do. But at the end of the day, respectfully to Martinelli and Trossard, bro, the Eze thing is what we need to do. That is it. Now we finally got Trossard and Martinelli in the roles they should be, squad players. Trossard, super sub of sorts. You've come off the bench, got an assist. Martinelli, I thought you would have come on just when. Because I did think at some point Forest might say, you know what, it's 2-0. When we scored our second, I thought Postecoglou might be from the school of thought, you know what, I'd rather lose 3-1 than 2-0. So obviously, if they do that, Martinelli gives them something. We all know the question marks over Martinelli, but Martinelli gives them something to think about because of the legs. And there were a couple of times towards the end of the game, maybe, you know, even Rice, Martinelli, Trossard. I did think Wanyeri could have maybe got another one, done it, you know, all those things. But there's always improvements, man. Madueke looks lively, but he'll soon be frustrated like Chelsea fans if he don't produce GA. Yeah. But even that, if you've got Saka and Eze and Madueke is a rotationary option, he comes off the bench and bags in a Trossard, it was all good. Just coming, big up Tech. Just coming back from the game, Mosquera looking promising, man. Seriously, chill for the young Don. Want him to act a bit quicker, but nice player. 21, innit? Not expecting too much, but the only way he's up, man. And, you know, obviously, he's a good defender, but you're coming into a great defensive system. It's almost negative or the other side in that. As much as I like, well, Arteta, you need to coach something out of Madueke, and we love Eze and we love Gyökeres. We're not one of the best attacking sides. I know statistically we score bare goals and do all of that, but when we, in our hearts, Arsenal fans, we know we're not what we used to be. We're one of the best defensive sides, in which when we're one of the best attacking sides, you didn't say that, but we're not one of the best attacking sides. We're not creating bare clear-cut chances. So there is an element in my mind in that while Eze's got an assist and Gyökeres is bagged, how much better would they be if, and I couldn't tell you what, I am not Mikel Arteta, I ain't on 15 million a year, I wish I was, I don't have pro license and everything, but I think there's something we could do, man. The man could move beastie. And I do think we've got many different ways to defend, whether that's taking the sting out of the game, the dark arts, mid, low, deep blocks, traditional defending, pressing. There is an element of attack is the best form of defense. And I think maybe I'm not even saying isolate today, just generally that's something I want to see added into the game. But again, it's 4 games into the season. We'll stay calm. 2 more likes, people, and we've got 100. Great stuff from you. You lot missed the guy. All this Mosquera with shit agenda needs to stop. He's quality. I can't lie. Aaron, I don't know where you heard that, man. You might be hearing voices like Randy Orton. I don't think anybody said that. Madueke already better than Sterling loan. The ball was in hell for Sterling, but 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. The hell? Max Dowman, 15. Better than anything Sterling was. And listen, Sterling, we love you, but Meady. The best thing I'll say, well, Sterling's season now at Chelsea is better than what he did at Arsenal, purely because he's on 300 grand a week. They're not playing him. He's getting bread. We like that. We love that. He's only 21. And of course, like, I think people need to understand this. Half these young defenders, even Saliba, like when he went on lock, because again, it's many years ago, but when we used to do the loan reports, you lot were here. We was watching him at Nice and Marseille and Saint Etienne, and there were games. And this will be Mosquera and any young defender. This is why I was having this talk with my Tottenham supporting friend. I can't remember the lad's name, man, but they signed this young defender a few years ago and he played for them in pre-season. I've been telling him for years, this guy will be good. And he said he agreed with that because he liked what he had in pre-season and he was a bit vexed Thomas Frank loaned him out. I said, I hear that, but sometimes you want these guys to develop away from pressure, and it's as harsh as it sounds, make mistakes where it doesn't affect you. There's going to be times Mosquera looks mature beyond his years. We've seen that at Anfield. We saw that today. There's also times he's going to look like a 21-year-old. And life is mess, because I did think Mosquera would, like we've been talking about this, I did think Mosquera would get a run in the side. I must admit, I thought it was going to come at right back because, we've heard knocks around Timber. White obviously was still not there. And I think White was just on the bench because you're fit enough to be on the bench. I don't think you would have been risked. So we need to wrap boys in cotton wool, but the only way is up for Donny, man. And Zubimendi is changing our lives. Garnacho, you have 24 hours to respond to this Madueke performance. Hey, Man United, Sesko, Amad Diallo, focus. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, rivals, I don't know what they were saying, but I haven't seen any agendas about Mosquera being shit. I'm just glad Arteta knows not to start Martinelli again. I would be very careful on that. I wouldn't rule out Martin. I'm not saying I want to see it, but I wouldn't rule out Martinelli playing against City. It's different horses for different courses. Again, the one thing you would probably think if you're Mikel Arteta going into this game is you do think you're going to have the majority of the ball. You do think they're going to be a deep block, but you don't know. Obviously, you can make a calculated guess. Postecoglou's been there 2 sets. Obviously, Espirito Santo and Postecoglou, they're managers. They both manage Forest and Spurs, but they're 2 worlds apart. One's very good defensively, even though Espirito Santo, towards the end of the season, kind of took the shackles off, but they're ultra defensive. They're known as a great compact counter-attacking side, worlds apart from Postecoglou. So if you're Arteta, you're thinking, you know what? If they do just stick to muscle memory of what Espirito Santo's done, then you do have scope for Merino, who I'm not a fan of him in midfield. I'd rather him up front. Did well today. Eze doing what he's doing. Do you get where I'm going with it? If that was, I don't know, City or Liverpool, where you're expecting, we'll get chances, but we have to do some defending. I'm not saying I want it. You probably are gonna, and we're in dangerous territory when we're talking about defending for a winger primarily. But Martinelli going the other way. Different horses for different courses, quote unquote. So it's interesting. It's interesting, man. Man said his Odegaard vegan. Fuck, the Bellerin stuff again. No, big DG on TalkSport Bro's doing his thing. Nah, we're not doing anything yet, man. We're just trying, man. We need to keep going. DG, do you think Arteta is scapegoating your Soldier Nelly as he didn't start today? This guy's a fool. No, Martinelli shouldn't be starting. You man are subs, bro. There's a couple, man. Like, did you put these man in them roles? I love Martinelli, but I don't think he's the bee's knees. Squad player, occasional start, you can help us. Like, I do think there's opportunities for Madueke, Merino up front, Trossard. I just don't think you lot should be starting week in, week out. If I'm honest, this is what I want to see. Like, cool, Arteta, I kind of understand when Havertz is fit and Odegaard's the captain, but I need to be seeing, obviously, when everyone's fit, Saka, Eze, Gyökeres, Declan Rice, Zubimendi. I don't really care who you play in defense, because I think everybody's lit, but, you put a gun to my head, everyone's fit. Naturally, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Raya. I'll be real, I don't care who's at left back. I love Calafiori. Some of you lot wanted him sold. I love Calafiori. I'm intrigued with what Hinkapie could be, but Hinkapie not kicked a ball for my football club, so I can't talk too much, but I don't care if you start. And I love Miles Lewis. I'm actually so cool with who plays left back. And there's also the scope of White could come in, Timber can go left back. Different horses for different courses, man. You can tell Arsenal fans are not used to having quality depth, starting with the uncomfortable conversations and fans losing it after finding out Rice and started. Then we're new here. A lot of fans, oh, we need depth. And then, first game of the season, first couple games of the seasons, the Dons that are not starting, whether it's their favorites or not, they're not going to make it. Arteta don't like them. Them one, God forbid, but unfortunately, when fatigue comes into play, suspension, loss of form, horses for courses, all these things, now they understand it. Act like you've been here before, man. And you can't have it both ways. Pardon me, you can't have it both ways. If you're crying about depth, then some of your favorite players, their roles might be diminished, or you might not see them a lot. Like if I'm Mikel Arteta, I'll be real. Like, forget the defense because we just spoke about that. If Saka's fit, he probably starts. Obviously, man, need to get rotated in that, but Saka probably starts every game for me. Rice probably starts every game for me. Zubimendi starts every game for me. I don't know how I'd make it work, but Eze and Odegaard would start every game for me. I know I'm not perfect, but yeah, man, that's the only downer, man. The injury list is mounting, and you are kind of thinking, raw, walk on for Odegaard, Saliba, Saka, White's come back, but White, Norgard, where are you, Norgard? Seriously, where are you, Norgard? Because I see some rumors on social media. He traveled, but you're not in the Norgard. What's going on? Someone send an SOS report, man. Arteta, please, because that's gonna, bro. Where have you been? You ain't played a single minute in the Prem. Like, you hardly picked up knocks. You signed for my club and there's bare knocks, but it is what it is, man. A's up, 3-3's up, and all those things. Where is he? So, yeah, man, you're right, Valera, man. People are acting like they're new here, but they are new here. We're new to a lot of things. Hey, DG, hope you're smiling as much as me. Come on, Andy. Noni on the right wing will always be his strength. Left wing will be harder because his strong foot and angles will be different, obviously. You're right, and I could be chatting shit to you, but I'm sure we saw this against Leeds. He can do a thing on the left. Can definitely do a thing, and you can get a tune out of him. And admittedly, obviously, if Saka's playing out of his skin and you got Madueke playing out of his skin, let's disregard Eze and disregard the fact that he could play in the 10. Madueke's team would probably be on the left-hand side, or maybe there's some rotating, because you could make a case of Saka is better than Madueke, full stop. He's better than him on the right. He's probably better than him on the left, people. But yeah, man, I agree with you. When he's on the right, you see a bit more gears to his game. And for me, the thing with Madueke is refreshing. Trossard thinks. I think you just frustrate me, Trossard, because even today, like, I know there's more to come. Martinelli, I love you, but you're too much on instinct. Madueke is thinking about things, whether I like it or not. Like, you can, obviously, I don't know this, but it looks like you're thinking with what you're doing. You're not just doing the instinctive thing, which I do think that's Martinelli's thing. And the best footballers do have that instinct in them. They do play on instinct. They do have that sixth sense, but I more want to see that and waffle about that for the Wanyeris, the Miles Lewis Skellies, the Max Dowmans, the teenagers. When you're 23, 24, 25, keep that randomness, but you need to be cool, calm, collected, and calculated, and also consistent and competent. These are evident areas that we can't say Martinelli has. Hey, I'm poetic as fuck, That 30 seconds was cold from me, That was cold. Big up Andy, man. Sesko, watch 004 incoming. I'm not even onto Sesko, but for the Arsenal fans that do that, run it. Because certain man were trying to do the 00 gimmick from pre-season. And bear in mind, Glock 9 still ain't fit. I wonder if Marino goes up. Hot take, and I don't even know why I'm saying this. Maybe I'm being a bit silly, but maybe Marino plays up front against Bilbao and Gyökeres is on the bench. What are you lot saying for that? 2 London derbies. You know what? Brentford, Chelsea, if they still had Thomas Frank and Visa and Mbuemo, I'd be a bit more bullish, but I ain't been watching them apart from Match of the Day. I don't know what Keith Andrews doing. It looks like they've been a bit depleted. Hope they can do a thing against Chelsea, but it's looking a bit mad, man. What's the voting poll saying here? Zubimendi is in front with 53%. Madueke's got 36%. Gyökeres still 2%. Mosquera 9%. You lot don't deserve good defenders, man. Don't deserve good defenders. You lot horrible, man. But you in there starting DG, don't have hopes on Amarin. Amarin's acting. I understand you just signed Noni. He needs to get up to grips with stuff. But come on, bro. He can't do any worse. He can't do any worse, man. Like, I'm sure when you lot signed that new keeper, it can't have been a scouting thing. You must have watched 30 seconds. All you got to do is, can he catch a ball from a corner? Does he just look like a keeper? Forget ball playing. Can he just catch? Done. Absolutely done. Corner boys in the building, man. Hey, you know the vibes. God forbid Ange steps into the Emirates again. The smoke in that stadium was crazy. Hey, Graham, I ain't seen you for a minute, mate. Afternoon, DG. 3 clean sheets in the first 4 games. I really think we could put teams away if Arteta trusts his defense and goes for it more often. I think that's where we're all at. I think that's what we're all at. Because obviously there'll be times where he goes for it and it shags us, but I think that's what I want to see. I think that's the percentages because I think it sounds dumb, but our approach is too logical, if that makes sense. And I don't want it to go because everything we're doing has got us to this point. But I do think there's an element of like Zubimendi scoring a screamer, Szoboszlai the other week, Declan Rice against Real Madrid. As much as football is a logical game, naturally you create more chances, you have more possession, you have better players, you're more likely to win and score more goals. I think for us to get to that next level, there's that 5 or 10% that we need to account for randomness, and these players can make moments. Zubimendi think is his first goal from outside the area. We've got the players that can do random stuff or just win whether it's Eze dancing past the whole team, a screamer from Saka. I do think Arteta needs to facilitate that. What I mean is, we all remember, like, we all know why we love football, but there's moments, whether it's Omri against Fabian Barthez, or I remember during the Invincible run when I think at the time I was in year 4, so I can still remember, but this is, memory's a bit mad. I think we went out the Champions League. It was a bit of a demi-downer, and I'm sure we played Liverpool and Henry danced past the whole team. Like, we all remember those moments. Actually, why we either, if you're abroad, you wake up and watch games, or you pay your money to watch these stars. Those moments that you couldn't see happening, type of thing. Alexis Sanchez had a bunch of them. He had one in the FA Cup final that I was at, and Theo Walcott actually in that game had a decent knock. That's what we need to facilitate, man. I think we're too logical, if that makes sense. And even that, I think we need to start throwing spanners in the works because people know what they're gonna get. You fuck about, pardon my French, set pieces. We're doing that. We're a difficult outfit to break down. I'm not here to say Arsenal are the big bad bullies, but one of the best teams in the Prem. And obviously, we're not buying them Real Madrid and that, but we are one of the better teams in Europe. But people know what they're getting. We're inverting. It's a bit U-shaped. And I'm not even saying U-shape in a disingenuous way, because unpopular opinion, I like our set pieces. I like our slow football. I like our U-shaped things. I like everything Arteta is doing. My issue is you've got that in your arsenal now. Throw a next one in there. So bang on the money, man. Gary Neville's a clown, man. But again, man, Arsenal fan, I'm not gonna lie, sun is shining. It was raining, and if you went to the game and it was raining goals, bro, man, fuck talking about Gary Neville, Arsenal fans, man. We know them, man. They're the only one worse than Gary Neville. I'm not gonna lie, Jamie Carragher used to be my guy. When you're with Omri and Michael Richards and them guys, you're serious, but you're just when you're on Sky Sports, you're just a whore to the algorithm, and it's not just you. You just say the same old buzzwords, man. Laziness. But yeah, man, clean sheets as well. We have an abundance of riches in squad depth. We didn't miss Rice, Saka, and Saliba. Arteta made good subs too. Yeah, fair enough. And we're always on to Arteta about subs. Diff is Saka would have scored / assisted today. It's true though, but I'm not saying Saka, but there's times if I keep it real, there's times I've seen Saka and Salah bag and not done much in the game. I don't care because you want that's good players. But also in Madueke's defense, sometimes like you have to use your eyes in it. He might not have got a goal and an assist today, but he was better. Unpopular opinion. Everything I was waffling about with Madueke against Liverpool, because even when I watched the game again, obviously against Liverpool, Madueke was our bright spot. But I did feel in the back of my mind that I was probably doing too much. And I do think I was doing too much, but it's happened today. I think Madueke's had 3 decent games on the spin. I could be making this all up, but you did play against Leeds. You was on the left and then you went to the right. Obviously, you played well today. And not that we offered fuck all against Liverpool in the final third, but if anyone had anything, some sort of highlight, it was you. So keep doing your thing. And I know the jury's still out, but you see what happens when you just play well. No one there, oh my God, Chelsea, 50 million. No one don't care again. No one don't care again. Some of you were talking mad on Zubimendinho as well. Oh, DG, what do you mean he's better than Partey, man? He's definitely better than any Thomas Partey of 2025 as well. Fair enough, he was in his prime, but tranquillo, we'll talk soon. Some of you wanted Calafiori sold. Forget all of that. Some of you years ago said Pablo Mari's better than Gabriel. So when you're drawing me out for my Martinelli love and Kivio and that, just remember, what's it they say in the Bible? If you don't throw rocks at duns if you live in a glass house or wherever it was. The squad's mad. Arteta, you got bare options now. You got bare options. It's like if your fridge, you've only got cheese and bread and milk. You know the meal you're making, but it's like you open your fridge, you got leftover Nando's, you got, jerk chicken there, you seasoned up some curry goat, you got beer things now. And your head just, whoa, what am I doing here? I got mac and cheese. What do I have? The mac and cheese and curry goat? No, let me have some jerk chicken and curry goat. Oh, raw, there's tutu dumpling there, raw. There's fried dumpling, there's boiled dumpling. Sorry, should I fry it? If you know, you know. You got bare things now. You need to cook. Need to cook. The thing is there, man. Saka is a 1-goal contribution every other game guaranteed, but hey, we deserve a blessing like Noni back up after 65 minutes of Bukayo, don't we? Amen. I'd love our wingers to swap sides, but that's never going to happen under Arteta. He's a disciple of Pep. And remember when Henry said Pep got onto him for moving and not being primarily on the left? True. Pep's a madman, because I remember Henry saying something along the lines of, I can't remember it word for word, but it was at Barcelona. And apparently Pep told him to do something and he was doing it for a bit. He stopped listening. He bagged. He thought, yeah, I've scored this all calm. Next moment, he's seen his number go up and Pep's like, safe. You're gone. I don't think Gary Neville hates Saka. I'm not going to lie. I don't think that. We didn't get out first gear, really. Easy peasy today. I see what you did there. Madueke is an Arteta signing, by the way. It better be. Listen, you need to make that work. As I said when we signed him, I want it to work. I don't think we should have signed Madueke. But what I'm not a fan of, if the man signed for us and you don't rate him and he plays shit, get on to him. If he plays good, praise him. And for me, maybe, I'm not saying I got all the answers, but at the end of the day, if they're going to make this decision, there's nothing me as a fan can do. I might as well give a man a chance. But also said, Madueke, you got to pattern up for yourself, innit? Because this ain't a joke. You're going from one big club to another. We're trying to win titles. You're 23 now. There's serious competition. We're trying to go places. You need to pattern up for your sake. But Arteta, you need to make that work. Because it does look like another, I can save everybody stuff. Now I'm seeing the angle. And I did say when we got Madueke, I know we shouldn't have, it weren't on our not Christmas list, but summer Christmas list. He's a better player than man I'm making out. Man, like, he's not shit. It might not be mavericky and all of that, but there's something here, man. Keep doing your thing. Trossa, you still want to go Turkey, bro? Get me? I think there's things that could be done. Big up DG, smash the likes and subscribe, people. Nah, Saka slander is crazy right now, man. Got to support another team. Go support another team, you lot. How the fortunes have changed on the brink of last season, exhausted and diminished, and this year we're locked and loaded like crazy. Got the squad. Arteta, working magic. The Madueke Saka agenda was heard here first. I think you lot are chatting a bit of shit, but, I'm not even going to entertain that. But what I would say is, while I think you lot are bugging and smoking something special, big up Madueke then, because man are doing petitions and now people are saying he's got more than Saka and all of that. So keep doing your thing. Let's not do the comparing thing. It steals joy, bro. You know what's going on. Apologize. People see 1-2 Jinky Majinky and start getting excited. Let me see end product. It's true, but when last do we see Jinky Majinky? Like, to be fair, when do you... Well, I've got time for Madueke though, man. It's like Crash Bandicoot. It might not be the coldest, but yeah, what stand you up? What waiting for the what? Timber, there you go. I'm here for it. I can't like Arteta. I'm here for it. I see the method. You're a madman, Arteta. Sometimes you sign guys. I don't always see it straight away. I was a lot cooler about signing David Raya, but now I see how he's several levels above Ramsdale, not just A level. So it takes me a minute, Arteta. Like you're a madman, innit? Like sometimes it takes us a while. I don't want to do too much because such is life. If Madueke stinks up the place against United, some of you that are doing the most, against City, some of you that are doing the most will completely do a 180. So 180, 360, whatever angle it is, innit? The performance was crazy. We knew he was getting the result. Big up DG, my guy. Noni and Ethan cooking. Big up BG as well. I wish Glock had scored the goal that hit the post. The power in the shot was lethal. Gassing it up, but he probably broke the post. All I want to see Gyökeres is just bully, man. I want to see him just lean on, man, bully, man. I want him to... That was the best goal I've seen Gyökeres score. I'm exaggerating. Of course, the Leeds one was better. 100%. But I've said this before to you lot, and BG, you can verify this and everyone else. I'm happiest. Of course, if Gyökeres scores a free kick or a weldy, I'm gassed about it and whatnot. But I'm happiest when Gyökeres scores what he scored today. Because I said when we signed him, what attracts me the most is the tap-ins, is the unglamorous goals. Because we need to create a lot more. But when we have created some chances, like there's no one to just tap the ball in. I'm even onto Gyökeres. Because there was a time Timber done it and you already scored a similar goal. Brother, there's goals there. You're fighting against Salah and Isaac and all these guys for the golden boot. I would love you to get the golden boot. Certain man like Raya to get the clean sheet. Yeah, we're doing this in May. I've got dreams. Absolute dreams. Don't turn them into nightmares. No apology for Madueke. Still can't score for shit. This is what he always does. Beat his man, but can't score. To be fair, I hear that. And he does need to add goals and assists. We need numbers. But what clear-cut chances did he have? I'm not a fan of Noni signing, and I gave him credit, but you lot slander Saka. He's clear of him, relax. Warranty, good day at the stadium. Can't lie. Madueke got loads of cheers and songs throughout the game. That's what I'm happy for. That's what I'm happy for. I don't want to do this, the real fans weren't the ones on the petitions and whatnot. But, bro, like, you never know in life what confidence can do, you know? Like, speaking for myself, you know how many times I've been down on the dumps and I've sat here and I'm like, bro, some stranger, big up you lot because we're a family, but stranger believes in me. Like, let me get up and make these vids. You never know what that thing can do. So when Arteta's giving you a run, got a bit of confidence against Liverpool, you know, started, I think, 2 games for England. I could be wrong, scoring, done well today. You know, the fans singing your name. You feel like you belong now. You know, the man still got his Instagram comments on private. I'm cutting down watching these channels too much. It ruins my enjoyment, too much negativity. Well, me? What did I do? Is there a world where Noni takes Saka's spot in the squad? I hope so, because that would mean Madueke becomes twice the player Bukayo Saka is, isn't it? I can't see that. I can't see that. But what I want for Noni, become one of them man that can get me double figures. Become a man that can be a starter, a rotationary option, a super sub. Just be reliable, man. Because you're here for the long term. Like, Trossard's not going to be here forever. He's probably gone at the end of the season, if I'm honest. Martinelli, I'm starting to be, probably gone. I'm not going to lie, I want to see Gabriel Jesus fit and at least for 1 game on the left, but he's probably gone. Show me something in it. Out of the attack, it's what? Gyökeres, Eze, out of the front 3. Gyökeres, Eze, Saka. Forget Max Dowman and Wanyeri who can play out there, because, like, you know what I'm getting at. They're probably the only ones you're like, yeah, you lot have long-term futures here. Of course, Martinelli's contracted until 2027, 2028, if you consider the fact that there's an option on his deal, but you get where I'm going. It was a strike and a half. Gusha would be proud. You saw that double skill from JT. Timber's taking a piss today, which in a good way. Absolute skillers. Yeah, I went on TalkSport again, man. DG, you need to cut rants about Zubimendi, calling him Zubimendi. I told man he's changing our lives, man. Big up rants. I was pissed another Chelsea player, fam. That pisses me off. It's true, but he's here, ain't it? You know what? It's better they take you for the Forest game and not the City game. We're here for Bilbao. I'm a woman. Been avoiding negativity from Madueke transfer. Forgive me, but not in a rude way, but you being a woman, what relevance does that have? We're all inclusive on this platform, as you know. And I hear it. And I must admit, it gets frustrating because for me, again, like, I wasn't happy with the Madueke signing, but it gets to a point, even when we lose games, I'm not like, you lot know, I'm human. I'm just like you lot. I will be emotional. I try my best to keep it in.